A for arm, ya for yard. O for octopus, yo for yacht. O for oar, you're for you're the best. U for Uzi, U for you. For yak, E for ski. But we can't write the vowels on their own. We must put a consonant first, make a nice square syllable. So we use the circle, the placekeeper, and so they sound the same with a circle. A, ya, o, yo, or, your, u, you, e. And some vowels can be combined to make a new sound, like e for egg beater. And when you add another line, the little heaven that makes the Y sound, we get yeah. And the next one is air for aeroplane. And when we add a second heaven, we have yeah. So let's read together. E, yeah, air, yeah. So we can add in front of those vowels any consonant, not just the silent one. These are the 14 consonants that there are in Korean, and each one has a little picture clue to help us remember it. Say them after me. G for goose, G for goose. N for nacho, N for nacho. D for diving, D for diving. R for long ribbon, R for long ribbon. This letter can sound like an R or an L, or a kind of cross between the two, like radio, radio, or ladio, which is the Korean word for radio. Let's say it again. L for long ribbon, L for long ribbon. M for marshmallow, M for marshmallow. B for bat, B for bat. S for shark, S for shark. Silent or NG, silent or NG. As you know, it's the placekeeper. We use it when we want to have a silent sound before a vowel. But when we see the circle underneath the part of a syllable, it has an NG sound instead of silent. And we'll see some examples of that later. J for jaguar, J for jaguar. Ch for chimpanzee, Ch for chimpanzee. K for kangaroo, K for kangaroo. T for TV, T for TV. P for puzzle, P for puzzle. H for hat, H for hat. You might remember in the Hangul video that we watched, seeing that the shapes of those consonants are actually based on the shapes of your mouth when you make them. So try making the sound of these 5 letters in a row, starting with G for goose, G. Your tongue is making this shape here on the first square. And the second one, N for nacho. Your tongue is going up to the roof of your mouth. Can you feel it? N. And M for marshmallow. It's the mouth, or 4 sides of the square, like a closed mouth. M. The next one, your tongue is actually touching your tooth when you say S. S for sharp, but it slides. The sound slides through it. It doesn't stop. And this last one, the circle, we know it can be silent, but also the deep sound that you have an NG is down in your throat. Try it. So here we have our 14 consonants in Korean, and each one has its picture clue. We're going to say them together. G for goose, N for nacho, D for diving, L for long ribbon, M for marshmallow, B for bat, S for shark, J for jaguar, Ch for chimpanzee, K for kangaroo, T for TV, P for puzzle, H for hat. 잘했어요. Well done. Try again. G for goose, N for nacho, D for diving, R for long ribbon, M for marshmallow, B for bat, S for shark, J for jaguar, Ch for chimpanzee, K for kangaroo, T for TV, P for puzzle, H for hat. 잘했어요. So now you've had a little practice of saying them. You're going to do some practice of writing those consonants now. And there's a really simple way to write the letters in the right stroke order. And if you follow, you can actually see it just goes from left to right and from top to bottom. So if you have a line that's vertical, it's going from top to bottom. And if it's horizontal, it's going from left to right. And if you can continue without taking your pencil off, you do. But if you slide along and you get to the right and there's nothing else going down, then you have to take your pencil off and start a new stroke. Down and across. And so you can see you naturally start a new stroke when you have to. Like this one here, restarts here, come across left to right. And oh, we're not going down, so we have to come back to here, top to bottom, left to right. So if you just remember top to bottom and then left to right every time, you will have your strokes written in the right order. So you're going to do an activity with those now and work really hard to keep your letters neat and balanced. Before you start, we'll have a practice of you drawing them in the air. So hold up your finger or an imaginary pencil or calligraphy brush if you want, and we're going to count the strokes. Ready? Hana. This one has one stroke as well, so Hana is one. Ready? Hana. Two strokes. Hana. 둘. 하나, 둘, 셋. 하나, 둘, 셋. This one's got four and they're all straight. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷. And we go for a little slide on the sharp. Ready? 하나, 둘. This one's just a circle. I usually actually go the other way, and I think in most books they say anti-clockwise. It really doesn't matter. However you do an O or a circle. Ready? 하나. And J for jaguar has two strokes. Have a look at how it looks here. It's 하나, 둘. It's a little diagonal off the side. Now some fonts have that written differently, and I'll show you some other examples another time. Same with chimpanzee. Ch is often written a little differently. This is the handwriting version, where we have our line on top, 하나, and then we do the same as in J for jaguar. We have 둘, and set comes off the middle of it diagonally. Up to our last four, we have K. Looks just like G for goose, and you'll remember they're related sounds, so the letter actually looks almost the same, but with that little extra line. So 하나, 둘, T for TV also looks a bit like D for diving, but with an extra line. Let's try it. 하나, 둘, set. And P for puzzle is related to B for bat. The lines are a little different, but it's still 4 straight lines. 하나, 둘, set, net. And H for Halloween hat is also related to the NG or silent. It just has some air coming out with it. So we put the little line on top, top of the hat, then we draw the bigger line, and then our circle. So you have done a great job of drawing. You are now ready to try them on paper.